And good morning again, boys and girls. We are still out here at Sedgwick County Zoo in Wichita, Kansas. Today, here this time we have Jack Maney with us, and he is from KSN News, and he's going to tell us about this cool vehicle he has and some other things. Hi, Jack.
All right. Hi. Nice to see all of you out here. We're just going to kind of go through a little quick thing about severe weather safety. I hope everybody knows your tornado safety precautions. I will probably be grilling you on that here pretty soon. If you have any questions, any comments, there's also a bee coming over here to say hi to us. But I just have a quick little talk here. We've got a few pictures of severe weather that have happened at various points. In fact, this one right here, this thunderstorm with producing a ton of lightning, this was actually taken on May 1st of 2009 in Canadian County, Oklahoma. That's on the west side of Oklahoma City. And in fact, that's where I'm from on my birthday. Kind of an interesting little coincidence there. This tornado here was taken out in the Texas Panhandle. That was near Amarillo in the Palo Duro Canyon. That was a fairly strong tornado, but thankfully there's not a lot of stuff out there for them to hit, so I believe its rating was fairly low. And then a little closer to home, this one struck Mulvane here in Kansas, just south of the Wichita area, in 2004. And that did produce quite a bit of damage. I believe it was rated EF3 or maybe an F4, if I'm remembering right. So that it's kind of deceptive. This one looks bigger, but I believe its rating was much lower compared to the smaller one that produced a lot more damage. So tornadoes can be very deceptive in how strong they are versus how they appear. Some little tiny skinny tornadoes can be very strong. Some big wide tornadoes can sometimes be pretty weak. So it's one of those things, you can't always judge a book by its cover when it comes to tornadoes. And also talking about hailstones, we've got an arrangement of different sizes that we use to compare hailstones, anywhere from dime size, but even smaller than that, like pea-size hail, all the way up to quarters. Quarter-size hail is when we actually start to issue severe thunderstorm warnings. That's the minimum size a hailstone has to be to actually warrant a severe thunderstorm warning. Up to $50, ping pong balls, golf balls. These are the ones that we really worry about doing damage to people, being a threat to life and property once we get above golf ball size, up to tennis balls, softball size hail, and hailstones can even get bigger than you would see here. We've had recent reports of sometimes hailstones getting as big as DVDs. That's 5-inch hail. Even larger than that occasionally does happen. Hailstones that big can even punch holes through people's roofs whenever they come down. And so it's always something we want you to remember to be safe around. Even if there's not a tornado, a hailstorm can be just as dangerous if you're caught out in it. But thankfully, we've got nothing going on out here today. It's going to be a nice, beautiful, sunny day, and we're actually seeing it's a lot cooler out here. I'm very thankful that it's cooled off just a little bit since we're standing out here in the sun. And here, since we've got a calm day, we actually had severe weather come through that gave us this calmer day as our cooler air mass moved through. That's brought us this bright, sunny day today. But we remember those thunderstorms we had a couple of days ago. We were actually out in this vehicle tracking those thunderstorms whenever they happened on Tuesday. This is our Storm Tracker 3. This is kind of I would say this is kind of our mascot of our weather team here at KSN News. This vehicle is pretty state of the art. It's got everything we need to keep you advised and keep you ahead of the thunderstorms whenever they form. It's a Chevy Suburban. It's nothing too special, at least as far as vehicles are concerned. You've probably seen quite a few of these rolling around on the roads, but this vehicle's been souped up. We've got big, beefy, knobby tires on this car that gives us the ability to go just about down any road we need. We've got a big cushy air suspension on this with a big front grille. All these things that help to keep us a little bit safer, make sure that we are able to stay up with storms. We've got a big engine in the car. It's kind of got a nice growl, nice little purr to it whenever it's running. And we have 4 cameras in this vehicle that can be run to give us a up-to-date look at what's going on inside. We've got 2 cameras that face forward out of the front dashboard, one here on the passenger side that faces inward towards me. I would usually be sitting here on the passenger side with one of our photojournalists who would be driving and piloting the vehicle. I'm over here, I'm analyzing data, I'm talking to people back home at the station, I'm running the cameras, I'm doing all of that to make sure that we get to air and show you what you need to see within those thunderstorms. And we run it all off of this computer here that's hooked up into the system. And in the back of the vehicle, in the back seat, we have what we call the brains of Storm Tracker. If you come around to the side, you'll be able to get a better view of it. But the brains of Storm Tracker is a big old rack of electronic equipment that we use to send all of that video information, all of that data, all of those, any information we have about the weather that's going on out there in the field. That all gets sent directly back to the station at KSN. It gets sent back in real time. And from just about anywhere in the state, we have multiple connections, ways of getting that data out so that we are always able to stay connected, even when we're in some very rural areas where there might not be very good cell coverage. This also has on the roof, we have several more instruments. That tall, skinny stem, that's where we have live wind, temperature, and I believe pressure data comes out of that, so we can tell what the current conditions are at any time, down to about the second. It updates just about every second. And we've also got lighting units on here that point out in all directions whenever we turn those on. We usually don't use those unless we come across damage. If there's, say, a tornado that's gone through and hit somebody's house, we can use those whenever it's after dark for first responders, so that they will be able to do their jobs, get in and make sure that everybody is okay. And also this big dome up here, that is kind of my favorite part of the vehicle, because that is our 360-degree camera. We're powered down right now, so I can't really take control of it and spin it around and show you, but that can spin all the way around 360 degrees and also go all the way up as well. We can't, no need to point it down because it's just the roof of the car, but that camera is where we can point exactly where we need, zoom in on exactly what part of the storm is the most dangerous. And it's really my personal favorite part of the car, getting to pilot this thing, because even though there's a bunch of different things around that might obscure my visibility, I can see where I'm going, see exactly what's going on at all times. It's a dream to chase in this vehicle. It's a very, very nice, very good vehicle that helps to keep us safe when we're out there in the field as well. We don't drive into tornadoes. This car is not, as nice as it looks, as beefy as it looks, it is not strong enough to survive a tornado. It would take a vehicle that is able to get down onto the ground and actually drop so far onto the ground that the wind can't get underneath it. That's the big dangerous part. If wind gets underneath the car, that's when the car gets lifted up and tossed and can cause a lot of damage, can really be very, very a dangerous situation. So we stay out of tornadoes, we stay out of hail. We're trying to stay near them so that we can see what's going on, but we do not intercept those storms. We are not interested in finding out exactly what happens at that point of the tornado, because it's just not worth it for us. Do we have any questions?
Oh, we have lots of questions. All right.
I'd love to hear that.
So I'll just start with one here. They want to know, is there a difference between a storm chaser and a meteorologist, or are they both?
There is a difference, and it's a pretty big difference, actually. A storm chaser, meteorologists are often storm chasers, but storm chasers are often not meteorologists, because anyone can jump in their car, say I'm a storm chaser, and go out and try to find tornadoes. You can actually get pretty knowledgeable about how things work without having to go to school, but you don't have the full background, the full depth of knowledge that you would need to be able to not only see where things are going, but also know how they might evolve over the next few minutes, and be able to make your decision-making process a lot stronger. Because there's been several reports, especially in this last year, it's gotten pretty bad, especially with people chasing for social media, trying to get out there and post videos of tornadoes. It's gotten pretty bad in the last year with people actually getting hit and run over by tornadoes. And almost every single time, in fact, I haven't heard a single case of someone with a meteorology degree getting hit by a tornado. It's always somebody who is out there chasing for the social media.
Amateur.
Amateur storm chasers are always the ones who get impacted by those tornadoes. So it's one of those things. It's something we don't condone unless you definitely know what you're doing, and especially if you are wanting to go storm chasing. Find somebody who knows what they're doing. Find somebody experienced. That's how you stay safe and make sure that you're not getting into a bad situation.
They want to know, are you a meteorologist?
Yes, I am. In fact, I graduated from the University of Oklahoma with a degree in meteorology in 2021, and I'm now working with KSN. I'm on Channel 3. I usually do the noon shows, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm also on weekend mornings, and whenever we have severe weather, I will transition away from that role and usually I'm kind of the go-to guy for being out in the field for storm chasing whenever we do have storms. But lately been pretty quiet, haven't gotten out too much, but on Tuesday got to break that quiet spell and actually got out and into the field, went out chasing. But there wasn't anything that wound up being too intense out there on Tuesday, thank goodness.
Right. Do you know if this vehicle
You know,